Yeah, today I'm going to talk to you about more of my culture shock as I entered into the United States from Zimbabwe. For those who don't know me, I'm a native of Zimbabwe, born and grew up in Zimbabwe, and I have lived in the United States for more than 25 years. Really, this year I'll be 30 years in the United States. So it's an interesting journey when you move that far, and the things that you face, the things that you never expected to face, the things that you don't know they even existed, because this is my story. And my story begins in Africa, and as I moved to the United States, I was already grown, so I thought I know a lot of things. By then too, I had experienced living with a lot of people. In where I was working, I had a number of experiences where I was living with different people. So I thought, really, I'm rounded up, I'm okay. I didn't expect it to face a lot of cultural things. But one of the things that happened again, as I'm saying, I'm talking about my experiences and cultural experiences. So I went to my sister-in-law's house, and this is mainly how people they receive guests. In Zimbabwe, when we receive a guest, we show we are receiving a guest. We know we are excited if the guest is a person, especially who come from somewhere far away, and we are receiving them. We show that excitement around us, and we try to really show that people, they run to them, they embrace them, they hug them, and they just show that there's a lot of emotions that show. And when I visited for the first time to my sister-in-law, it was a little different from what I knew. And the perception, what we think about when certain things happen, for us, we are always internal people. We think or we see things more than what it is sometimes. So this has been a learning thing until now. I can never claim that I know exactly this area, because it seems like it evolves in different areas and different situations depending on what's going on. It evolves. This is my grandchild. But anyway, as it evolves around me, I'm learning new things as I go, and I'm learning how I need to adjust more, how I need to learn more, things that I didn't think I would learn. So we arrived there, and my sister-in-law was outside, and she had her dog outside, and I was with my mother-in-law. And as we arrived, she was in the yard petting her dog and playing with her dog, and casually she say, "Hi, Mama," and to me, number one, that was really casual, but to her mother, I kind of felt like maybe that's okay, it doesn't matter. And so we arrived. It was like a little long yard or something like that I had to walk and get to the door. So we arrived, and then she led us into the house. She sat on the couch. We sat on the couch. There was no greeting. And I think this thing went on. And then there was a lot of conversations going on, between her and her mother. And they were talking about different things. They were talking. And I think this went on for about, maybe, I might be exaggerating. Maybe I'm putting too much, because already the whole thing was already kind of like a low nervous situation to me. So I might be exaggerating on the time. It could have been just 3 minutes, which still was way too long for me. Okay, so maybe, I'm saying 5 minutes, but maybe it wasn't that long. Honestly, it could have been 3 minutes. But I know that it was a long time that they were talking before she could greet me. And finally, she still didn't greet me, really. Finally, my mother-in-law said, you didn't even greet your sister-in-law. And then she stood up and she said, "Hi." And then she hugged me. Well, I honestly pretended to greet her too, but in my mind, a lot of things was going on in our culture. When something like that happens, it's clear, there's no question about it, there's no thinking another way about it. It just means they don't like you. And since this was my first time, I never met them before, there was nothing else that could prove that these people, she doesn't like me. And again, in our culture, as an aunt, she holds such a big responsibility to receive her brother's wives the right way. And if she come to the point where she doesn't like you, it's pretty serious, because she can make that decision in our culture. And the brother can listen, whatever she feels about you, the brother can listen, and that can even destroy families. That's how serious it is. Families have been destroyed because the aunt doesn't like you, the mother doesn't like you. Families have been destroyed. So this was very serious to me. It wasn't a playing matter, because I was also trying to give the best impression I can that, they don't have any reason. I don't have to hide anything, but I kind of, felt like, wow, she really doesn't like me. The second thing that happened when we were there was no food. I mean, again, in an African home, when you arrive, if nothing, they give you, most people, they have adapted, the Western culture of making tea and, something like that. If you are in the countryside where they don't have maybe all the tea and bread or whatever, they go and find peanuts, they go and find whatever other things that they have to prepare for you, and they give to you. Well, there was nothing. I wasn't hungry, mind you, but it was a point of the culture. It was just what it is. I don't care whether a person just ate a minute ago. You still offer them something to eat. That's the way it goes. So we literally, on this point here, we came out of that house. We did not eat. Well, to me, that was pretty scary. It kind of like confirmed what I thought. That's my grandson again. He is, I don't know, I'm playing, but anyway. It confirmed to me that this was, there was nothing there. She doesn't like me. But in reality, again, this is just cultural stuff that we see. It's not exactly, it doesn't read that way. It's not exactly what these people, they think what it is. It's what I think, because this is the way. I don't know this way. I know another way. So there's no good or bad here. It's just what it is. It's just cultures that are different. And for people, as they move to different places, my only advice to you is that try to understand. And you won't understand some things you do just like what I did, because some things, they're not just going to be presented to you just like that. They're going to be presented by situations. The way how situations come, that's the way how certain things are going to be presented to you. And that's the only way you're going to know that this thing is there, and it's different from the way how you know certain things from your own culture. So this is all I have for you. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that you can get more of the culture shocks as I bring them every Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.